Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Let's jump into the latest news from around the Major League Baseball postseason. Brock Holt smacked a home run and drove in 3 as Boston took down the Dodgers 5-4. And that'll do it for today's postseason recap. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Getting set for what should be nothing short of an epic battle. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Boston Red Sox. World Series here on the show. With me are Eric Harrelson, Steve Lyons, and Steve, this is still anyone's series as we get ready for Game 5.
Well, and now you can see they're down 3-1, so we're in that classic must-win territory now. They're going to need to win 3 straight to take the series. But as a player, you really can't think that way. It's time for that old baseball cliche. You got to take them 1 game at a time, and that definitely applies right here and now.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Boston Red Sox.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. A chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. What do they need to focus on in order to win a championship here on the road, Steve?
Well, hopefully with the wind blowing out, you're not going to see too many guys in that lineup with their eyes too big thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just going to hit it out there into that wind. Stay focused, but if you get something up in the zone, drill it.
Roenis Elias will look to keep their World Series hopes alive on the mound. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he's got a career ERA under 4. For a starting pitcher, that is very dependable. They're just looking for a consistent start here in this one.
And with a quick breather here, take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, Matty. Dustin Pedroia, for me, one of the best second basemen in all of baseball. Real grinder. Won multiple Gold Glove awards. One of the best hitting second basemen as well. He's a perennial all-star. Just one of the best all-around players in the game.
Howie Kendrick will take his cuts now, and he is one guy whose bat has not made the transition from regular season to postseason.
Yeah, and he was so good during the regular year, but he's been a non-factor so far in this postseason.
Here's a pitch taken for ball 1 as we get underway here at 7:06.
First pitch, 7:06.
And back-to-back pitches out of the zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now. Good night for scarves and mittens. It's 48 degrees here at first pitch. Well, tried to check his swing there as this is hit to the left side. But this will get foul. 2-1. Set to deliver on 2-1. And this will miss as well. So he's in danger of losing the leadoff man here tonight. It's 3-1 now. Called strike 2, and now it's full 3-2.
This is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, and the leadoff man is gone to start the evening.
If you can locate that pitch with movement on the inside corner, nobody's touching that thing. I mean, that's as good as it gets right there.
Yasiel Puig will come forward now, and as you see by the numbers, he's off to a hot start here in the Fall Classic.
Yeah, you know. So it's no surprise to me that he swung a hot bat when it matters the most.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And they'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
He's come at him with all off-speed stuff so far, but if I'm at the plate, if I'm hidden, I'm thinking he's going to have to throw a fastball here sooner or later.
Here's a little chopper up the middle. Bogarts comes up with it, and they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
Both of these guys at the top of the lineup will put a lot of pressure on the defense because of that speed. And here he beats this one out, and that's going to be ruled an infield single.
Adrian Gonzalez will get his first opportunity here, and if you go by the numbers, it's been a disappointing start to this World Series for him so far.
Yeah, he really hasn't gotten on track, and I think you have to give some of that credit to good pitching. But he's really been a bit of a non-factor so far. Still time for him to turn it around, though.
Couldn't quite pull that swing back. He went around for strike 1. Oh, and look what I found out there on the mound. Pedroia on to Ortiz, and it's a double play, inning over. One hit's all they get. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. Now a chance here from Fenway to take a look at John Farrell's starting lineup card. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, what's new? Big Papi is a guy everyone's excited to see. And he's a home run threat every time he steps into the box. If they want to shut him down, they're going to have to be careful and keep the ball low in the zone. Don't give him anything he can drive.
Brandon McCarthy gets the call in Game 5 of the series. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, Matty, he pitched well enough in his last outing to get the win. They'll take that again here.
And with that, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Dodgers. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up. So we'll see how that impacts this game.
Mookie Betts We'll dig in here, and it's been a series to forget for him so far as you see the numbers there.
With these guys just one game away from going home, he may not have too many more opportunities to turn things around. He's got to make every at-bat count from here on out.
Cut fastball taken for strike one. McCarthy's ready. 0-1 on its way. And he misses with it. 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Hit to short. Seager is there, and he's retired here, 1 away.
Batting second, the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts will dig in now, and he's picked the wrong time of year for his bat to go silent.
Yeah, just one hit in the series so far for him, and they're going to have to get more out of his bat. But he's got to make sure he doesn't press up there, or that average is going to continue to go south.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. And set up behind the plate is Joe McDonald as you see the rest of our umpiring crew in this one.
Well, McDonald, just like most other umpires, he'll miss a couple here and there, but his strike zone never seems to be too outrageous.
Hit the other way out toward right field. There to make the play is Puig for route number 2.
Batting third.
And with 2 away now, let's take another look at our playoff brackets. And, of course, the question on everybody's mind, will we crown a champion here tonight? 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And this is taken for a strike by the 40-year-old veteran. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Two and 2 now with 2 away and the base is empty.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And a good battle brewing as Ortiz lays off. It's full 3-2. What's the call here?
I still don't think I throw him a strike. There's a good chance that he's going to be chasing something, expand the zone, so you make him show you that he can hold back.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. After 1, no score. Corey Seager will stand in now for the first time, coming off, well, nothing short of a dynamic performance last time out.
Well, it makes you wonder how they're going to attack him here in this game. I would bet that they're a lot more cautious with him.
Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. That's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Now a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Batting fifth, third baseman
Justin Turner gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this one.
Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Well, you figure that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him going forward.
Yeah, I think it might even tell the story of how well he fares here tonight, because he's going to need to mix his speeds against a lineup like this. And once they start sitting on pitches, it could be trouble.
And he just manages to get his hand in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. And now a double play ball perhaps for Pedroia. One there on to first, and that's now 2 innings and 2 double play balls here tonight. 2 away now.
Well, that's the absolute definition of a pitcher's pitch right here, especially in a double play situation. I mean, not only is this pitch down, I don't even think it's in the strike zone, and that's an easy double play.
Stepping in now, Kike Hernandez. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. High in the air and deep to left center field. Back goes Betts, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Boy, he didn't miss a home run by a whole lot that time. You'll see this ball hits right up near the top of that 37-foot monster out there. So he'll have to settle for just 2 bases.
Here's Scott Van Slyke as he'll take a look at ball 1. No score here as we play any. That's by him for strike one.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And here's one that's taken for a ball. It's now 2-1 to the Dodger left fielder.
Well, if he's missing right here, he ain't missing by much. Not getting too many favors behind the plate.
Good spot for the change there, and that'll knock things up at 2-2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Bradley is there. And that retires the side. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More coming up from Game 5 after this. Hanley Ramirez strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Hitter, Hanley Ramirez.
First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up with 1-1. Bounce towards the second baseman. Barehanded on the hop. He's out.
Oh, what a play. And you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball one. And good patience here from Sandoval. It's 2-0 now. Three and 0 now.
And for this guy to get to 3-0, I mean, that's like going 3-0 to Lions. That tells you just how badly this pitcher's missing.
Bottom of the second here with no score. And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
That'll miss to Sandoval, who displays some rare patience that time. It's ball four.
Well, what's disturbing here is this guy is almost impossible to walk. I mean, there are certain guys in this lineup that you have to go after. If you put it anywhere close, he's going to chase it.
Dustin Pedroia takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and one away. And a first pitch sinker is over for strike one.
Oh, yeah, that's the pitch right there. If he keeps that sinker to the outside part of the plate, he's going to do just fine. If that thing flattens out just a little bit, or if he gets it towards the middle of the plate, it's going to be a long game.
McCarthy comes set. Here's the 0-1. And a sinker's in there for a called strike, and he forges ahead 0-2.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
Runners on first with one down. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. Belted high in the air out to left. Back goes Van Slyke, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Long throw to third, but too late, and he's safe at third.
Well, that's just pure muscle right there. I think this one's in a little bit off the hands, but like any good hitter here at Fenway Park, he knows what to do with it. He's just going to get it airborne out there into left field, and then he lets the wall come to his rescue. He's able to hustle in there to second with a wall ball double.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Jackie Bradley Jr. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Here comes the first pitch. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over. And he's able to jump ahead.
Runners are at second and third with one down. And he falls behind 0-2. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, even though it's just the second inning, you sure don't want to get in the habit of leaving runners in scoring position. So now this next at-bat is going to be a pretty telling one early on.
Into the box now, Blake Swihart. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one. Cutter low. 1-1. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Has to be thinking strikeout here. He got him. And exhale as he's out of the jam, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More on tap from Game 5 after this. Jock Peterson is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, no mistake about that one. That one's right there.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And I think that's what they were trying to set him up for. Going with that changeup down in the zone on a 1-2 count. Very difficult to react to, but he did a great job of holding back.
Grounded up the first baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
This is nothing more than a great pitch here on 2-2. Just a changeup that totally bottoms out right there. Very tough to do anything with that.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out.
Well, this is what folks mean when they're talking about finishing off a hitter. They decide to come right with the fastball here. 0-2 just runs right by him.
Here's Howie Kendrick, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Hit on the ground to short. Throw on to Ortiz, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Rusney Castillo will get a chance here, and you see the numbers for the series. He just has not gotten going yet.
Now, and if they're going to get back in this series, they're going to need him to get back in the groove, because this pitching staff has buried him so far.
McCarthy steps into his windup. Here comes the first pitch. In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man. 0-1.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty darn good job against him in this series.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Shot foul over towards the dugout. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Rolled foul off to the left, so he stays alive. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Van Slyke is there. Makes the play, 1 away.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first. First delivery to him on the way. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. That's still on his mind.
Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. Look out as this bat shatters on impact.
Wow, just a jam sandwich right there, and all he's holding is about half of his bat. Those look like the kind of bats I used to swing with.
Ready on 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
Boy, that's just one of those fluky plays right there. He gets a late break off the mound because he's concerned about the business end of that bat, and who wouldn't be? And they wind up not being able to get an out on that play.
Throw over to first, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. Perhaps wisely, another look to first. And a dive, but he's back in.
Just checking.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
Runners off for second. A pitch out. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
Boy, that's just good execution right there. Pitcher slide steps. That makes it easier and quicker for the catcher to handle the ball. He gets a good throw off to second base, and they get their guy.
Second. Stopped on the slide by Kendrick. Got him.
Oh, love it.
Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More coming up from Game 5 after this. Yasiel Puig is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a high strike there, 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
And it's quickly 0-2. down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a little tapper. That rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Tap foul at home plate. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
Neither guy giving in here. This is a great at-bat.
Lifted in the air out to right. Castillo's after it. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Well, that was a struggle with a capital S, but he finally gets him to lift the fly ball here to end the 9-pitch at bat. That'll take some life out of the arm.
Adrian Gonzalez comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Real good lateral movement.
The 0-1. And there's a swing and a miss as Adrian finds himself in an 0-2 hole now. Living a little dangerously here.
Yeah, you don't have to go looking for trouble. Trouble will find you if you're putting pitches there.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
And if you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just 1 finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
Here's Corey Seager as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, they're being really careful with this guy. Remember, they walked him the first time around, and now they're behind 2-0 to him right here.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter is going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
Ooh, he saws him off with that one.
That ball was so deep in his kitchen, that was the only thing he could do was foul it off, break his bat, and hope to get a better pitch on the next one.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase, but when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Just hung in there on that one. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
Yeah, even though he walks him here, that's not really a terrible pitch. I don't think it's a strike, but it's definitely a pitch you'll get a lot of guys to wave at. Sometimes it's okay to keep trying to get guys to chase on 3 and 2.
Standing in now, Justin Turner. Line toward the alley in left center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 1 left for L.A. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. David Ortiz is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
McCarthy looks in. Here's the first pitch. Cut fastball in there for a called strike. Grounded foul off to the left near Brian Butterfield in the third base coaching box. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. A little bouncer, but it gets foul. Look out as this bat shatters on impact.
Well, chalk another one up for that pitcher. He's used to breaking bats, and he'll give you a little stare down after doing something like that every once in a while.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
On the ground and right at the shifted infielders. Gonzalez over to his left, and a rather easy first out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Hanley Ramirez.
Into the box, Hanley Ramirez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
Grounded back up the middle. Kendricks got it. Off balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
Pablo Sandoval will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Throw over to the bag. A dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Liner toward right center. In there, a base hit. Now a long throw to third. But too late, and he's safe at third.
And you get the sense now that they're getting closer and closer to breaking through here. That'll make it first and third now, and they've got a good chance here to break that string of zeros.
So one out here with runners at first and third. And that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. check to swing there and pops this one up. And a heck of an effort over there at first, but it'll be for naught as this is a foul ball. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. From the stretch. Hit hard to short. Kendrick on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. More on tap from Game 5 after this. Kike Hernandez to stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason we see starting pitching really come to the forefront, and this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit to third. There's Sandoval. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
Scott Van Slyke is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. That one's a called strike. Back even at 1.
Whew. That's one of his best pitches tonight.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. And here's one that's taken for a ball. It's now 2-1 to the Dodger left fielder. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Good job going down and hanging with it that time. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
And you know what, guys? This is a big league battle going on right now. Neither guy wanting to back down. No sign of weakness on either side.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And that'll get down for a base hit.
And the funny thing about this at-bat, he does everything wrong on this swing. I mean, first off, this pitch is out of the strike zone, and secondly, he tries to pull it instead of taking it the other way. Anyhow, pays off for him.
Here's Jock Peterson now. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. He's fallen behind now. 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Chopped at the plate. That winds up foul for the second strike.
Neither guy giving in here. This is a great at-bat.
Runner at first here, one man out. And he misses with that one for ball four. So that'll put runners on first and second now with one away.
First and second now after the walk. And they haven't gotten much going offensively against this guy at all. So this is about as good an opportunity as they've had.
Yasmani Grandal is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Good pitch right there, right on the heels of a walk. He needed to get ahead of the next guy, and he did just that.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. A pause and the 0-2. Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out. So with 2 on and 2 out now, let's have a look at our pitch speed comparison for the two starters. Both guys pretty close, top speeds of 95 and 94. Howie Kendrick digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fifth.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hot shot to third. Sandoval has it, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple. Halfway home, still no score. Jackie Bradley Jr. comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Absolutely nothing going on in this game so far, so we'll see if the leadoff man can get something going.
Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And I think with no one on base, you know, this is a guy you need to come after. I certainly wouldn't be afraid to give him a fastball here.
And this one's over at the knees. 2-1. And this is sliced hard down the left field line. And this is a fair ball as it makes its way out toward the monster. And he will make it there with 2 bases to kick off the home fifth.
Pretty fortunate he was able to keep this ball fair. This is pretty close down the line. You see it winding up, one hopping the wall down there, and that allows him to cruise into second with 2 bases.
Blake Swihart will stand in now with a good chance to break the seal here following the leadoff double.
Well, it's a good RBI opportunity, but you've got to remember your first job, which is to at least get that guy over to third base.
First pitch on its way. Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike 1. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him. Swing and a miss on the cut fastball, 1-2.
He might have thought he'd be getting another dose of that curveball because he was way behind that one.
Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Seager retreats to the outfield grass, and he has it for round number 1.
And as a defender, these are the kind of pitchers you like to play behind. Someone who pitches to contact, keeps the defense involved, and he gets an easy pop-up right here.
Now to the plate, Rusney Castillo. He flew out in his last at-bat. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. One out and a runner on second base. Hard hit ball to second. And a bobble out there by Kendrick. And the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
Well, I always used to think that the best thing about playing second base is that you've got the shortest throw on the field. This ball is just waffled right at him. But he's able to knock it down, keep it in front of him, keep his calm, and still get the out at first.
Here's Mookie Betts. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Oh, Howie! It's in time.
Oh, great play.
3 thumbs up here in the booth following this gorgeous play at second base. More coming up from Game 5 after this. Yasiel Puig will come forward to lead things off here for the Dodgers, with Adrian Gonzalez due to hit next.
Yasiel Puig.
In need of a quick inning here, but he starts this one with a ball. It's 1-0. That's wide, 2-0. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. And he gets him to wave at that one. It's 2-2.
And if he's had any postseason jitters, he hasn't shown them to me.
No, he's been outstanding so far.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
And here you go, one more time. You keep making quality pitches, you keep getting quality outs. I mean, that pitch right there on the outside corner, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that pitch.
Here's Adrian now. As he'll swing at the first pitch and send one on the ground to first. Underhanded flip in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Well, as we take a look at the pitches by inning, that last one puts him at 91. So stamina will start to become a real factor here the further he goes along.
First offering on its way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
The further this game goes along, you get the sense that sooner or later somebody's going to run into one of these fastballs and hit one out of here.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Dodgers down in order. We are still scoreless. Xander Bogaerts will stand in as he'll lead things off for the Red Sox in their half of the 6th.
Xander Bogaerts.
McCarthy gets the sign. First pitch on its way. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Van Slyke is in his tracks now. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, first baseman, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Gets a small piece near the plate, but that one rolls foul. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
The batter, designated hitter,
Hanley Ramirez steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind. 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Red Sox, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. It's on to the 7th now in game number 5. But before the inning gets underway, let's fill you in on what's happened with our game summary. Justin Turner will come forward now to begin the 7th inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get two starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game through 6 innings.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And that's too high, ball 2.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 now.
And a 3-0 count here to start the 7th has got to be a red flag.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now. And the count will be full. On his way to pitch number 100. In the air to straightaway right. Castillo on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Oh, you can definitely feel and tell that it's October out there. There's a little bit of moisture in the air. Here, this ball sounded pretty good off the bat, and you wonder if it would have been a different story if it was mid-July out there.
Kike Hernandez will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. And foul. Hit high and deep to left field. Ranging back is Bradley. And as Dodger fans have heard for years, she is out of here. A solo shot here to left. His first homer here in the series. And the Dodgers strike first, 1-0.
Boy, and for how well he's pitched so far, it's hard to believe that he could stand to be the losing pitcher, but that's the scenario he faces now as he serves up the lead on this home run.
The left fielder, number 33.
Here's Scott Van Slyke.
Scott Van Slyke.
Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
And that's a good guy to take care of on one pitch, especially on a swing like that.
Jock Peterson stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. One for the Dodgers on the solo home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's now 1-0 L.A. Pablo Sandoval will get things going for the Red Sox with Dustin Pedroia to follow.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Yeah, make it 3 straight strikeouts for him now. But what's impressive is that these aren't just any hitters up there. These are the 3, 4, and 5 guys in the lineup. And he went through them like they weren't even there.
Dustin Pedroia steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
Well, he's really kept himself in the game here by throwing first pitch strikes to about 70% of the batters he's faced. That's kept him in the ball game and kept his team in the ball game.
Ripped on the ground to first. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound. And that'll be all she wrote for Brandon McCarthy. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Yimi Garcia will come on now as he inherits a runner at first with already 1 out in the inning.
Yimi Garcia.
Jackie Bradley Jr. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
And, he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside, and it's strike 2. Runners on first with 1 down. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
And that is a big time to come up with a strikeout in a tight game like this. You still got that tying run over there at first, but with 2 away now, you don't necessarily need a ground ball to get you out of this.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Blake Swihart. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball one. A runner on first with 2 away. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Oh, that one got the pitcher. Fortunately, he's able to stick with it and get the out at first, and that'll put an end to the inning. Dodger bullpen does its job. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Dodgers lead this one 1-0. Carson Smith will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Carson Smith.
Yasmani Grandal will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Well, he hasn't swung the bat all that well against the other guy, so hopefully this new pitcher will give him a chance to swing it a little better. 2 strikeouts already.
On to the 8th here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1.
So often playoff baseball comes down to the bullpen, and this is going to be a bullpen game from here on out.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. 1-0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed 1-1.
He's going to need to crank that swing up another notch if he's going to catch up to those.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2. One and 2, here it comes. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game. Very tight ball game so far. 1-0 the score as we take a look at our starter comparison. And both guys have given excellent performances to this point. Howie Kendrick will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. And with Adrian Gonzalez just around the corner, we'll see a lefty getting loose in the bullpen now. Kendrick waiting, now the pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Betts. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Pitching certainly has been on display in this one, and there's the evidence of it right there. 1-0 our score, as there are an awful lot of zeros on that line score to this point. Yasiel Puig gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. From the stretch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 2-0. 2-0 pitch on the way. Much too quick on the trigger there. It's 2-1.
Boy, and a great 2-0 pitch there. Got him thinking fastball. And this looked like a fastball out of his hand, but it turns out to be a real effective changeup instead.
This is hit high and deep out to left. Bradley ranging back, but he can't make a play, and it's off the monster. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Standing on second, he's got to be surprised that this thing didn't get out of here. You'll watch here. This thing hits up near the very top of the wall. Well, just a foot or two higher, and he's circling the bases right now.
Here's Adrian now. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball one.
Anxious moments all over the ballpark now. These folks can hardly bear to watch.
Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hat.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Looking to keep this a one-run game. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
And now what do you go with here on the 1-2 count? I got a feeling that this one won't be in the strike zone either.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And there's a pitch Gonzalez takes, and we're back even at 2-2.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
He got him, and what would have been an insurance run is instead left on base as the inning is over. Dodgers leave 1, but they're up 1-0. Pedro Baez is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Pedro Baez.
Brock Holt will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Slapped hard the opposite way, and that's going to be a base hit. So a great job off the bench as he's aboard to kick off their half of the inning.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Well, he gets his team going with that leadoff single here late in the game, and you can tell he is excited. Look how fired up he is down there at first.
Here's Mookie Betts. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Nobody out, runner on first. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Drilled down the line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And taken in out there for the first out.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense. The missed pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Xander Bogaerts stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's set. Here it comes. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. Way outside. 1-2.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
And that misses. 2-2.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by.
In now, David Ortiz, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. One-0 count. Here it is. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. 2 out with the man at first. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Red Sox leave 1. They trail this one 1-0. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from Beantown, Boston, Mass. We're set for the final innings of this one. Brock Holt will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Now playing right field, number 12. Brock.
Craig Kimbrell will come on now and try to keep this deficit from getting worse.
46. Craig Kimbrell.
Corey Seager will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
You don't think there's a little adrenaline flowing out there right now?
Belted high and deep into right center. Holt looking up, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. Solo shot to right center. His second home run of the series, and the Dodgers move in front now 2-0.
That bullpen's still going to have to get 3 outs in the bottom of the ninth, but they're going to have a little more breathing room thanks to this swing. This is a mistaken location, and he gets all of it, and that gives them that ever-important insurance run here in the top of the ninth.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin.
Into the box now, Justin Turner. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
Yeah, the velocity's good here, but I'm not so sure about the location. That was right down the middle.
Kimbrel's ready. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2 with the letters. 0-2 now.
Corner paint right there. 97 miles an hour. What are you going to do with that?
Right side hit hard. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
And here's where, on the mound, you got to tell yourself, you did everything right there. This was an 0-2 pitch, and he did a great job of getting him to hit it on the ground. Just happens to find a hole on the right side. And what are you going to do?
Kike Hernandez will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run of the ball game, and on cue, there it was, back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
And he takes ball 1. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. A runner at first with no outs here. It's a swinging bunt up the line. Sandoval with a bare hand. It's there. He got him.
Wow. Made it look easy.
Now batting, left fielder, Scott Van Slyke.
Well, let's slow this one way down and give you a look in show motion. He knows right from the start he's going to have to go barehanded if he's going to have any chance. That's a beautiful pickup there.
Here's Scott Van Slyke. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Oh, shaking his head on that knuckle curve. 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt here. Throw goes to third, and they will get him on the recovery down at third. So you can forget the wild pitch. It's a 2-5 putout, and now there are 2 gone. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 2 hits, including the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. The Dodgers lead it 2-0. Kenley Jansen is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
74, Kenley Jansen.
Hanley Ramirez will be the one to start things off, with his guys needing a 9th inning rally here if this series is going to make it to a Game 6.
Number 13.
Some action in the Dodger bullpen now, as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And how big was that run they just scored in the top of the 9th? Now, even a home run here won't tie this thing up.
I had him guessing that time, as he's barely able to foul it away. And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2. Now here's the pitch. Hit back up the middle. Backhanded. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He doesn't really have a chance to set himself up, so this is all arm, but he makes it look routine.
Pablo Sandoval will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base, as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 runner at a time.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Here it comes, 0-2. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitch recognition there. I mean, this ball was going to be in on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
Dustin Pedroia will stand in, and their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1. swing and a miss, and the Red Sox are down to their final strike now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
One strike from the shutout. Here it comes. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a ground ball. This could do it. And Los Angeles get ready for a celebration. The Dodgers have won the World Series.
And you know what? I bet the only thing they wish they could have done a little bit differently is win this thing in front of their home crowd. But you know what? I don't think anyone's complaining about that right now. They are a very deserving World Championship club, and congratulations to the entire organization.
Back now on the show. More reactions now to this series-clinching victory. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new world champs.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Red Sox, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher is Brandon McCarthy. Credit the save to Kenley Jansen. The loss goes to Roenis Elias. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 31 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Fenway Park, 36,298. We'd like to thank the Red Sox Nation for their continuing support and remind you to please drive home safely. Good night.